Have you ever questioned whether you should entirely sever ties with someone in your life? Imagine you are a gardener nurturing a lovely garden. Some plants blossom and add beauty, while others are weeds that strangle healthy growth. Similarly, sometimes we must remove the weeds in our lives to allow the good to thrive. In this video, we will examine the unmistakable signs that indicate it is time to take action and distance yourself from people who do not contribute positively to your life. Learning to recognize these signs is crucial for protecting your mental health and creating a healthier and more harmonious environment. Stoic wisdom teaches us to focus on what we can control and to let go of what brings unnecessary suffering. Thus, identifying the right time to sever all contact with someone is an important step toward living a fulfilling life. If you are here, it is because you value personal growth. So pay attention, as all the signs mentioned here are significant. Stay focused until the end and click the like button. Also, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us immensely and costs you nothing. Let's begin. Number 1. Misaligned values are a clear sign that it is time to cut off all contact with someone. Values are the core principles and beliefs that guide our decisions and behaviors. When you and another person do not share the same values, conflicts become unavoidable, and the relationship can become harmful. Misaligned values often lead to repetitive and intense discussions about crucial issues, such as ethics, morality, and life goals. These conflicts can be emotionally draining and sap your energy and peace of mind. If you notice that your opinions and beliefs are constantly devalued, it is a sign that mutual respect is lacking. Relationships founded on a lack of respect tend to be toxic and destabilizing. When values are incompatible, life goals also tend to diverge significantly. If your plans and dreams are frequently dismissed or criticized, it may indicate that following separate paths is the best course of action. The presence of misaligned values can create a negative environment where you constantly feel judged or devalued. This type of environment can harm your emotional and mental well-being. Recognizing and accepting that your values are different is fundamental to your well-being. Cutting off contact with someone whose values do not align with yours can be difficult, but it is often necessary to preserve your mental and emotional health and to surround yourself with people who truly share and respect your core principles. Number 2. Any form of abuse is one of the most serious and clear signs that you should cut off all contact with someone. Abuse can occur in various forms, including physical, emotional, psychological, verbal, and financial. Regardless of the type, abuse is unacceptable and detrimental to anyone's well-being. Recognizing the signs of abuse is crucial for protecting your mental and physical health. Any form of physical violence, such as assaults, shoving, or even threats of violence, is an unequivocal sign that it is necessary to cut off contact immediately. Physical violence not only causes immediate harm, but can also leave lasting emotional scars. Emotional and psychological abuse can be harder to identify, but it is equally destructive. It includes behaviors such as manipulation, gaslighting, social isolation, and excessive control. If someone constantly undermines your self-esteem, manipulates your feelings, or tries to control all aspects of your life, it is a strong indicator of emotional abuse. Words can hurt as much as actions. If someone is constantly using words to hurt you, belittle you, or undermine your confidence, it is a clear sign of verbal abuse. Financial abuse involves controlling and manipulating someone's finances. This can include restricting access to money, controlling how money is spent, or even stealing. This type of abuse aims to make the person financially dependent and limit their freedom. Cutting off contact with someone who commits any form of abuse is essential to ensure your safety and well-being. Abuse, in any form, is unacceptable, and should never be tolerated. Number 3, feeling drained. Healthy relationships should be sources of support and energy. But if you often feel exhausted and drained after interacting with someone, it is a strong indicator that this relationship is negatively affecting your emotional and mental health. Constant interactions with someone who drains your emotions can leave you feeling empty and unmotivated. If you notice that this person frequently demands a lot of your time and attention without offering emotional support in return, it is a clear sign of imbalance in the relationship. People who constantly bring negativity, criticism, or problems into your life can cause significant mental strain. If you find yourself frequently worried or anxious because of this person, it is an indication that this relationship is harming your peace of mind. The feeling of emotional and mental drain often translates into physical exhaustion. Feeling constantly tired or low on energy after interacting with someone can be a sign that this person is negatively impacting your physical well-being. Relationships that drain your energy can lead to a loss of motivation in other areas of life. If you notice that you are neglecting hobbies, work, or other important relationships due to the time and energy consumed by this person, it is time to reevaluate the situation. When someone constantly drains your energy, it can affect your self-esteem and self-confidence. If you constantly feel criticized, devalued, or belittled, it can lead to a significant decrease in your self-esteem. Cutting off contact with someone who causes a constant feeling of drain is essential to preserving your mental, emotional, and physical health. Although it may be difficult, it is important to remember that you deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, support you, and energize you. Number 4. Lack of trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, whether personal or professional. When trust is absent, the relationship becomes unstable and harmful. Identifying signs of lack of trust is crucial for deciding if it is time to cut off all contact with someone. If someone constantly breaks promises or commitments, it undermines trust. The inability to keep agreements shows a lack of respect and consideration for the other person's feelings and needs. Dishonesty is one of the clearest signs of a lack of trust. Frequent lies, half-truths, or withholding important information erode the foundation of any relationship, creating an environment of doubt and insecurity. When someone exhibits inconsistent or unpredictable behavior, it can be difficult to trust that person. Sudden mood changes, contradictory attitudes, or actions that do not match words generate uncertainty and distrust. Trust depends on transparency and openness. If the person avoids sharing important information, keeps secrets, or is evasive about significant matters, this may indicate that they are not being completely honest or trustworthy. Any form of betrayal, whether emotional, physical, or professional, is a clear sign of a lack of trust. Betrayals break the bond of trust and leave deep scars that are difficult to heal. Attempts to control or manipulate your actions, decisions, or feelings are signs of disrespect and lack of trust. This behavior aims to undermine your autonomy and can be extremely harmful in the long term. In a relationship based on trust, mutual support is essential. If you cannot count on the other person to be by your side in times of need or to offer emotional support, trust is seriously compromised. Deciding to cut off contact with someone due to a lack of trust is a difficult step, but it is often necessary to protect your emotional well-being. Healthy and lasting relationships are built on a solid foundation of mutual trust. Number 5. Manipulation. One of the most insidious and harmful signs that you should cut off all contact with someone is manipulation. Manipulative people use emotional and psychological control tactics to influence or dominate others. Recognizing these behaviors is crucial for protecting your integrity and well-being. Manipulators often use guilt and emotional blackmail to get what they want. They may play the victim, exaggerate problems, or threaten emotional consequences to force you to act in a certain way. "You would do this for me," is typical. A manipulative person may try to isolate you from friends, family, or other sources of support. This can be done through constant criticism of these people or discouraging you from spending time with them. The goal is to make you emotionally and socially dependent on the manipulator. Manipulators often try to shift the blame to avoid responsibility for their actions. If after a conflict, you always end up feeling guilty, even when the blame is clearly not yours, this is a sign of manipulation. Additionally, these types of people may alternate between exaggerated praise and severe reprimands to keep you emotionally unbalanced and anxious for their approval. This tactic aims to create emotional dependency, where you are constantly seeking the manipulator's validation just to get what they want at the moment. They may promise changes or improvements in behavior, but these promises rarely materialize. Manipulation corrodes trust and self-esteem, leaving you in a constant state of doubt and anxiety. Prioritize being surrounded by people who respect your autonomy, validate your feelings, and treat you with honesty and respect. Number 6, absence of mutual growth. A clear sign that you should consider cutting off all contact with someone is the absence of mutual growth in the relationship. Healthy and lasting relationships are those where both parties support and encourage each other to grow, both personally and professionally. When this mutual growth is absent, the relationship can become stagnant and even harmful. In a healthy relationship, both parties encourage and support each other's goals and aspirations. If the person you are in contact with does not show interest or support for your goals, or even devalues them, it is a sign that mutual growth is not happening. When a relationship becomes too comfortable to the point of hindering personal development, it can be a sign of stagnation. Relationships that do not challenge or motivate you to step out of your comfort zone and grow can be harmful in the long term. Mutual growth requires emotional investment from both parties. If you feel that you are constantly giving more than you receive, and your partner or friend is not willing to invest in the relationship equally, this may indicate an absence of mutual growth. Open and honest communication is crucial for growth in any relationship. If the other person is not willing to have deep conversations or avoids discussing feelings, this can hinder personal and collective development. Healthy relationships are made up of individuals who are constantly working on themselves. If the person you are in contact with shows disinterest in their own personal development and does not seek to improve or learn, this can drag you into the same inertia. Additionally, a person who constantly criticizes or discourages your attempts to improve and grow is undermining your self-esteem and progress. Mutual growth requires support and encouragement, not destructive criticism. When a person feels envy or resentment for your success or growth instead of feeling happy for you, it indicates a lack of alignment in goals and values. These negative feelings can create a toxic atmosphere and hinder mutual growth. Deciding to cut off contact with someone due to the absence of mutual growth can be difficult, but it is essential for your personal development and long-term well-being. Number 7. Constant lack of respect is the foundation of any healthy relationship, and its absence can cause significant emotional and psychological harm. When the lack of respect becomes a pattern, it is essential to recognize the signs and consider distancing yourself from that person to protect your well-being. If someone frequently makes disdainful comments, public or private humiliations, and uses words to belittle you, this is a clear sign of disrespect. This corrosive behavior affects your self-esteem and confidence. Respectful relationships involve listening to and valuing each other's opinions and feelings. If the person constantly ignores or minimizes what you think and feel, this demonstrates a lack of consideration and respect. Boundaries are essential to maintaining mutual respect. If someone frequently invades your personal boundaries, whether physical, emotional, or psychological, this shows a disregard for your needs and comfort. Respect involves empathy and the ability to put oneself in another's place. If the person never demonstrates empathy and seems indifferent to your difficulties and emotions, this is a sign of disrespect. Trust is built with respect. If the person constantly breaks promises, lies, or betrays your trust, this is a clear sign of disrespect. Repeatedly broken trust undermines the foundation of the relationship. Passive-aggressive attitudes such as ignoring, giving sarcastic responses, or making veiled criticisms are subtle forms of disrespect that can be equally harmful. This behavior creates an environment of tension and discomfort. Cutting off contact with someone who demonstrates a constant lack of respect is a necessary step to protect your emotional and psychological health. Healthy relationships are based on mutual respect, support, and consideration, promoting a positive and growth-oriented environment. Distancing yourself from disrespectful relationships is an act of self-worth and care for your well-being. I hope you enjoyed the video and that it provided valuable insights on the signs that it is time to cut off all contact with someone. Remember that you deserve to be surrounded by people who respect, support, and encourage your growth. By making informed decisions about who to keep in your life, you will be building a healthier and more fulfilling environment for yourself. If you have any questions or want to share your experiences, feel free to leave a comment. Take good care of yourself and your relationships. See you soon.